Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Oh. Get that out of there.
Happy Thursday, Rant Pack. And anybody that may be tuning in today, whether you love me or not, I'm here to stay. It's your boy, Matty-Rants, and this is a Rant Report, the Rant Report. You can hear my cats going nutso in the background right now. I'm actually rearranging everything in my place. That was one of the things I do whenever I'm grieving or in the process of. I do a sort of like change up of the energy in the environment. Now it's the new year. We're past the first. So we made over the first pillar of not cleaning anything during New Year's Day. But now I'm like, no, I got to rearrange everything in my place because I was like, I can't do this right now. The energy's funky. So I do like how I did my bedroom, and I also just did my living room too today. But listen, we are here to have a conversation about a couple of hot topics. I will be addressing something currently that is very sensitive to a lot of us in the drag race community, to the point where we're now wanting to. Now, hold on. Hey, what's happening? What's happening? I know you got space now. I moved everything around, but like, these children. Anyway, we're going to talk about a couple of things today. I'm going to use a different name for a person. I will not be addressing them by their name. I will be talking about said situation, but I refuse to say their name. I refuse to show pictures of them or anything that they said online because of how horrible the things were. But I will be talking about that, how I will be moving forward with speaking of said individual if they're ever brought up again, and getting to the point of exactly why it was wrong, why it's going to be wrong, why it will forever be wrong, and where I think we should go with said individual as far as how we address them further. No, I got a cute little name. Yes, don't worry about it. Trust. We're also going to talk about Cynthia Erivo, who is in the movie Wicked, that is doing very well right now. Congratulations to the Broadway girls who are getting their movie musical on. I also should say the Grande stands. What is Ariana Grande's fans called? Katie's got the cats. And Beehive and the Barbs. I don't know what the Grandes are. Is it the Grandes? Is it a venti? Are you talls? Ponytails? Is that what it is? Does it change by her color? I don't know, but I will say that Cynthia wants to have a role in the Marvel universe of storm proportions, and I'm going to say, hell no. No. And I'll give you another option in reference to this because, yes, Marvel is amping up its category, in terms of, or I should say catalog, excuse me, in terms of where they can go and what new they're going to have. I'm very excited for this. And Storm has been a hot topic because the casting for it has been controversial. So we are going to discuss it. Traitors Season 3 premieres tonight on Peacock. Excuse me, that word is very disgusting. I have to say it the way that it sounds, very but it's actually going to be a 3-episode premiere. I'll discuss how we will be reviewing it on this channel, and as well as the reactions on Patreon going forward. Trust and believe. I will say, once Candace Drag Race is done, I will be moving Traitors episodes for reviews on Fridays. So right now, I'll talk about the dates a little later, but Fridays is going to be the specific date as soon as Canada is wrapped up, because it is coming to a close very soon. I think the semifinal is today, if you will. So stay tuned for that. We'll get into some other hot topics, as well as Golden Globes, current things happening in music right now. But also, before I start this up, and do my disclaimer. For those of you who are in California right now who have been affected by the wildfires, I send you nothing but love and my prayers. I used to live out there in LA and have been out there when there was a situation like that happening, not to this degree, if you will, that's going on. And I remember the smell. I remember how cloudy it was outside. I remember how hard it was to breathe at certain points in time. And that wasn't even something that was close to me when I was out there. I cannot imagine what is going on. So for those of you who are affected, I've seen the videos. I have seen a lot of the stuff that's been going on. I send you my prayers and my love. That is some serious stuff. And it's affecting people, their homes, but also the wildlife that's out there. And of course, with things that take place, it's huge. Like when you're talking about wildfires or any sort of global weather issue that comes up, and with dryness that happens, it happens here in Texas too at times with these situations, and it's very hard to contain. So Aniki, I know you're out there in California. Maddie, the winds that we had were freaking scary. That's why I had bad anxiety. It's interesting. The weather is a little crazy. I'm not going to bring in global. I'm not going to do that word because how people like to operate and act. However, um, in Houston alone, it's been ridiculously cold this week. We're not used to that at all, even in January. Sometimes, like for Christmas, it was 70 something degrees, and today it's like been 30 something, and it's been raining. You're looking at what's going on in California, the recent hurricanes that happened, the tornadoes that's been hitting. I just want everybody to be safe because, like, when it comes to the weather disasters, and I was without power for several days when that hurricane dropped over here in Houston. It's not a game. It's not a joke. And it's really scary. So I'm sending all my love, my rant pack, and anybody that may be affected by those things. That's wild. But it's been sitting on my spirit, especially because I have friends out there, and I'm always concerned. I'm like, okay, is everybody good? Like, what's going on? But it's a lot. And yeah, just don't play with the weather. If you have an apartment complex like mine does, they send you out notices like, hey, you might want to do this, leave your faucets dripping because you do not want your pipes to bust. Trust. And like anything that you need to take precautions for, please do it. And every time something like this happens out here, I'm at the grocery store. We're trying to get some things. Y'all know I've been in situations like that, and sometimes I haven't had anything because it just happened. So it gets really scary. But again, just be careful. And to those of you out there, I send you my love, my well wishes, and prayers. I know Airbnb is doing something about that. They're actually going to be giving temporary housing to people who have been affected by said storm. So I think that's amazing. Are you going to make sure that the cameras are removed from those from those from those homes? So if you're going to let them be in there temporarily, I just want to make sure that we can't have folks pushing them out the Airbnb because it was a little loud that day. The trash wasn't taken out that day. I'm just asking. So, but when y'all do that, I need that notice to be given to said people because these folks are displaced right now. So if you're going to do all that, Airbnb, which I love you down because you remember that one time that person from overseas lied about an apartment, and basically y'all remember that story I got when I was in Vegas. Was that Vegas? That was Vegas. And that man from overseas had this apartment that I was supposed to have for like a week, but it really wasn't a real apartment. And Airbnb had to refund me back like $800 on the spot. And at first they were like, no, it's going to take a week. Bitch, you got folks scamming you to scam me. No, baby, we're going to have to fix that. So like, trust and believe. Some people do not have the best of stories with them. And I'm just hoping that all that gets taken care of and it's all good to go. But like, to my folks in California, sending you my love and all that good stuff. So listen, let's go ahead and get started with it. My social media links are all in the about section for this channel. I do reactions on Patreon for most of the shows I talk about. Everything else is there. Just hit those links. It'll take you where you need to go. I'm still an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. So if you'd like a free week on me and stay past that week, please and thank you. It's right there in the about section too. I want to give a shout out to Liam. He is moderating today. Emrika is not able to be here. This is why we have multiple moderators now. Because it got a little crazy on your boy. I'm not going to dive too deep into that. But I appreciate Liam. We've been talking in the background here. He's been giving some good suggestions. I do still want to do the members only panel and everything else like that. Y'all know I lost my uncle and a good friend, the Vivian, literally within days of each other this past week. And I needed to take a step back from the internet. unfortunately, somebody, I guess, who's, I don't know, I got sent something that was really disgusting. It was racist. It was very, very angry at me for even mentioning the Vivian. And it was like I couldn't talk about my friend or whatever. And it put me back a little bit to where I wasn't so, I'm not angry at that person because that's just what it is. You do not like me, you're trying to hurt me, you're gonna say whatever you want to say, all that kind of stuff. But I thought to myself, wow, how you did that to me is how I feel about somebody else that I'm gonna talk about, because their quote was, I guess their quip was with me, and it was like, yo, you're making this all about you. And I'm like, baby, everybody that knew her, I couldn't respond back. It was a protected account, of course. It was horrible body on that picture, but like it just was, I couldn't even say anything back to them, which is I'm good with that. I'm like, why would I want to do it back and forth? But it was just the fact that I'm like, you made this situation about me. I didn't make this situation about me. I lost an uncle, someone who I give a big giant F about, who was really important in my life on my mom's side of my family, like that, like very supportive of me. Okay. And there's a long story there. Again, my family has asked me not to like bring it to the internet because they know I do what I do. But again, they were like, you can share that you lost a family member, but I also then lose a friend in the same. And I'm like, that's not clicking for you. But again, you don't like me, so that's fine. You attack me whenever. I just wish you took a moment to just pause and then come back later and then come get me for maybe me having a bad mug or me having ugly cats or whatever the case may be. But it was wild. And I know you deleted your account. Everybody was reporting you and all that kind of good stuff. You deserved it. But it just, some people are missing the point about life and death, and it's very sad, and I'm disappointed a little bit in folks, because for me, I don't play about stuff like that. I don't play about that, and I don't play about children. Okay, I don't do that. That's why when I watch movies and it's like some child about to be in this situation, I'm like, can't do that. That's not for me. Those are precious babies. They need to be protected and basically reared into the right directions of life and where they can be themselves and be happy, because a lot of us did experience childhoods that were kind of effed up. So for me, it's like life and death. Those are, we don't touch that. We don't go there. We don't do that. We protect, we make sure folks are given space and sort of like time for that. But again, some people do not have any couth, have any sort of like, I don't want to say like love in them, because that's not right. But at the same time, it's giving me, there's something missing in your world of empathy that you should get, because I would never relish in something like that over you, no matter how much I disliked you. But that's the difference between me and you, and my home training and your home training. And we'll get to that. But I do have some super chats here today. I appreciate you. Sorry, I'm getting passionate because we are about to get into a topic where I am not going to say their name, but it does apply to said situation again. But I appreciate these super chats. I'm going to give you a highlight right now. Alan, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate this super chat so much. Gorgeous. Hey, Maddie, hope you're having an amazing day. I am having a good day, and I appreciate the super chat today. Did me some things in the background here, some self-love stuff. So I appreciate it. Grim Reaper, hope all is well with you. Hope you're doing pretty well today. Chris, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Hi, Chris. How you doing, baby? Peace to Mateo. What's up, my brother? Sending love to you as well. And AP, thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you. Sending you good vibes. And Kuth for the ass. Okay, DW, thank you so much for the super sticker. You know I love you, friend. I appreciate you in my life. So I'm going to put up the disclaimer. It is absolutely necessary today. This program is for entertainment purposes only, and contents not intended to malign any religion, race, gender, company, individual, or wigs, and all opinions expressed by me, Matty-Rants. They're just my opinions or my personal views. They do not reflect the opinions of every human being on the planet, and no hate should be sent to any of the shows or individuals mentioned on this program. So don't be rude. Grab your libations and strap in. I am a little bit of a talker. We will not be here that long, maybe an hour or so. Don't post any spoilers in the chat. You couldn't, because this is not that program. And if you feel uncomfortable after viewing this program, I cannot help you. I really cannot. I don't know how we get there. How we get there. If you do want to drop a tippy poo in my jar, controversial. But if you want to, please and thank you, baby. I always need cat litter. Ask DW. I always need cat litter by all means. But if you want to send some extra love just for boy hosting today, you do not have to. But if you certainly want to, just like the super chats today, it really is appreciative. Because again, I'm more than likely going to get cat litter with it, as well as something for me to eat tonight. Because your boy's been cooking all week and I'm tired, bitch. This kitchen has seen me clean it every day and I'm sick of it. But you don't have to. But if you want to, I'm being silly. It's PayPal.me / MattyRants. Catch up MattyRants and Venmo MattyRants. Again, thanks for tuning in. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let's just get to it. I actually use Dr. Elsie's. I forget whoever it was in the Rant pack that suggested it. Thank you. It is affordable. I will say that, but I don't know. Lately, with the way Amazon's been delivering, because I'm I gotta get it delivered. Girl, they don't do the next day like they're supposed to, and they don't do it the day of lately. I don't know, something's been going on with their delivery system, and I'm getting a little tired. I'm getting a little tired. But I don't know, because I need to actually order a couple of things for this place today. I need to get a new scratching post. Y'all, they have worn it out. But I was able to clip Mina's nails. She was fine. She was very, jerks a lot, but we got them done. So I'm happy that I'm finally like comfortable cutting my kids' nails, and I don't have to like just pay the $30 at the vet every time I go and be like, "Can you cut their nails for me?" And it's a bonding moment too, because like Mama used to be a little jerky with it. He's not anymore, and now Mina is the one that gives me a little bit of trouble. But they've gotten used to it, and again, I'm kind of like really liking where I'm going with my kids right now. We're pretty good, but they also are happy I changed the room up today too, because now Mina has more space to bound around, and she's like, "Yes, I can parkour." Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. I had to talk about some light stuff before we talk about some dark stuff. Row Cat Mom, thank you so much for the super chat. From one cat parent to another. Meow meow. Speaking of which, everybody, my cats are good. I've had 2 people come by who are scared of cats that end up leaving going, "Matt, oh my God. Okay, I feel a little bit better about them." I'm like, "My kids made you feel better?" I swear. They were like, "Oh no, I don't do cats." I'm like, "Okay, but you don't know my kids." Okay. They're quite friendly. Quite friendly. And it Mina's always gonna take a little longer, but Mamu is quick to, "Who are you?" But no, they were quite scared. But yeah, I'm here to make people not be afraid of cats, because cats are amazing. They're awesome. Okay. Go ahead and start this up. The only picture I'm going to use for this person today, I refuse to talk about them for any reason whatsoever, because like, why do we need to do all that? Like, they've done enough. Okay. I think this surmises it all, if you will. Okay. This picture here, you had this 60-plus-year-old man on his Instagram, who normally is peddling, pushing, digging, if you will, some sort of TikTok trend on Instagram, a book, a chocolate bar, a stage show, a beautiful, beautiful kitchen. Rue, your house is everything. I, in my full slurdom, okay, have to tell you, the kitchen is wonderful. I'm like, what? However, you got that person. You got the grand poobah of, "I'm not addressing this, addressing it." And that's what the gag is. That is that's the gag. And it's not, and some of y'all have missed the point of gag. I know you all like to use where, I'm not saying everybody, I'm talking to folks that never get me. But like, when I say gag, I'm not like giddy. The gag is, that's a shutdown. That's a clap, clock. You're clocked. That's the gag. It's a mouth open. Her, this lady, really? Purveyor of the earth? Oh no, I couldn't believe it. But it's perfect to start this off, and it really does make a lot of sense. Let's say their name today is Tired. I think that's appropriate. I'm not going to say their name. I'm just going to say Tired. Tired. decided once again to come out of their Fraggle Rock, if you will. No, I like Fraggle Rock. That's too cute. I honestly want, I don't know what depths of the earth that this bitch rose from, but I was like, you got me fucked up today, Satan. But Miss Tired decided once we were all in it, mind you, we just lost the Vivian. And a lot of people are sharing videos, they're sharing pictures, their conversations. We are all together in this with celebrating our sister's life. Now, you may have had, I don't know who, but you may have had an issue with that girl. Or and that's fine. But you can see people are mourning and you can see people are, basically showcasing some love. And if you knew who the Viv was, like I did, you knew that bitch wasn't gross or mean. Now, mind you, the Viv made a comment back in, and this is gag. This part, and this drives me. That means you bookmarked this and you were waiting. This lady posted something back in 2020 that was a joke. It was a joke. It wasn't even something so serious. It wasn't even something so if you saw it, because a lot of us were looking at this, and again, I refuse to post any of the screenshots. I refuse to put that picture of that girl's picture up. I refuse to do it. Ty, it's not getting it from me. I'm just going to explain the situation in my way. 2020, a joke, a little light shade, something that the queens do often, and nothing really deep. And I'm so you can look it up. It was nothing. It makes a disgusting joke out of it, like as if your prayers were answered. You have got to be fucking kidding me. That then proceeded to go with a bunch of others. It didn't stop there. It just went further on, and very much that. And of course, it did rile a reaction of all of us, if you will. Everybody started posting. Some people went to the post itself. I immediately blocked her. I made my own post about that's it for me. I can't do this no more. I again I have defended Tired when it comes to the racist comments that have been made towards them. I don't give a fuck how mad I am at you. I ain't never gonna go there. And I never need to go there. And if anybody does go there, to me, that feels like something on the inside that just comes out of you. So it's like, okay, so you are that. That's what you've been wanting to do. You just wait for someone to piss you off. But I was never vibing with nobody saying that shit to you. You never deserved that. But this shit right here, bitch, you've lost your fucking mind. And it's not just because I know the Viv, that's my girl. Let that have been anybody else too. And you celebrating, sister. I don't play about that shit. And I don't think anybody else should either. That's wild. And you said that. And again, freedom of speech, by all means, you can have. That is what freedom is, but there are consequences that come with the freedom of speech. You can't just say it and then be amended and absolved of anything, so no one can come and get you or drag you or bitch or read you. That's why the girls are crazy when they go, I'm gonna say what I want to say about somebody. I'm gonna say it, but then like if that girl returns the volley. Now, when it comes to outside folks, I'd be like, okay, bitch, that wasn't even about you. So why are you up in here? But if it's the other person, like, I need to say something back to you. Well, I was just speaking my shut. You brought up something from 2020 that wasn't even that deep, and you made a joke out of it because to you, that bitch, I guess, was like, oh, fuck her. Okay. But then you doubled down on it and you went deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper down that hole. You kept going. I've never seen someone dig a hole so deep on the internet in my entire life that has never swap personalities, if you will, and gone there. And then we watched you in the process of another situation with the police, which again, I was glad that you got your lick on, because if they were very much profiling you and doing all that, fuck them. But I'm over here looking at you right now, questioning so many things. And then I just go, I don't want to even think about you no more. Something ain't right. Something's not clear in the water. And I personally, I'm not here for the investigation of it. anymore. I'm not here for the why are you do nope, nope, nope. You have crossed the line too much. You have burned so many bridges. It's ridiculous. Now, we were all there for the whole DragCon situation, which is like, girl, what? And I remember me talking about it where I'm like, well, maybe she didn't mean it, but you know, that can't be played. You can't play like that. And, blah, blah, and that's what happens. And now I'm going, okay, so you be celebrating this kind of shit in your life? I'm too Christian for this. I'm not even gonna lie. I am too Christian for this. I'm too Christian for this. I am. I'm too with God for this kind of shit right now. Where I'm now like, you have to think about this, y'all, in terms of just me as a person before we get to like just the end of this. I'm going to wrap it up and go on to another topic. And thank you again for tuning in. Almost 200 of you here. Hit the like button. They're going to be burying my uncle next week. In my own world, outside of Drag Race or anything like that, nothing to do with Viv, just my own sort of life right now with my family and the messages I got and the conversation I had with my sister-in-law and my brother, and and again, on my mom, it's a lot. And then I'm thinking about how this is a person in my life I lost, that I didn't have that deep, like my uncle, like not family, but a friend who celebrated me and put me in this place. And we talked, and I used to just root for Viv. Y'all know that was my bitch. I live for the Viv girl. Like, she was good fucking television, very talented person. And honestly, just a sweetheart. I love what she did with the fans, and just like, she was all about the work and all about the drive and putting it in there. And I just had so much respect for them as a person. And like, oh no, Isaiah, listen, I'm gonna tell you this, because I like, the real tea is, and I'm not Candy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Candy. Shout out to Candy. I know some girls hate that I met her, but yeah, I met Candy's cool as fuck, right? Bitch, here's the thing. I was having this conversation with my friend. He said, Matt, I know you used to fight, and you won a lot. I'm at that level where if you're not someone who I can swing with, and I think that you're mentally stable, I'm not gonna swing. I'm gonna call the police, and then I'm gonna let them handle your bumpkin crazy fucking ass. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm there in my 30 plus years on this earth. Okay. Now, if I feel like you somebody who we can square up and get our ones in, that's different. That's a handshake after that. That's I respect you because you took them bows. What's up? That's how I was raised. Okay. Like, I wasn't raised on no punk stuff. That's why I'm like, I hate when girls play with me, because I'm like, bitch, as bright as I am, bitch, and the television is set to vivid, this thing, you are going to catch a knuckle. But like, if I think that you are not up here, well, oh, I'm absolutely not going to have an argument with you. I'm not fighting you. I'm not getting into no craziness with you, bitch. I'm calling the police. I'm getting you where you want to go, right to jail, because clearly that's what you want to be. All this bullshit you're talking, it's not giving freedom. It's not. It's giving all kinds of put me somewhere else, and that's the tea. I had a conversation with somebody recently about mental health, and how I used to be someone who used to fly off the handle for certain shit. And even now I still react to certain stuff, but it's way different than I used to be. Okay. And I thought to myself at one point in time, you have to tell yourself, like, bitch, you are the problem. You're the problem. You are the issue. Please do some self-reflection. Baby, the 4 agreements were quite helpful. I know I still be on some bullshit like sometimes, but like, it never was where it was before. That's what age and time does for you. And you would think with time, this person wouldn't be on this level anymore. You would think with the responsibilities, and that's the nicest and the cleanest way I'm going to say that, tired. The responsibilities, I'm going to say it again, the responsibilities that you have, okay, that you presented publicly to us, your responsibilities that made you seem to be mature, you would think this would be a different way of you handling stuff. It's not. So again, you said some fuck ass shit. at the end of the day. And you said some stuff that is irredeemable. And you said some things that are not going to be able to be taken back and are unforgivable, if you will. And the problem is that it's not the first time this has happened. And so with the fandom, which I don't agree with all the time because they are extremely toxic. They are extremely toxic. A lot of them are. A lot of them don't think they are. And that's fine. Young, dumb, and full of whatever what they want to call it. But like, that's I don't know. But like, I'm thinking sometimes, I used to think of where this could have gone with her. Ooh, bitch. The amount of if she just played the game, what would have happened? But like they said this about you, and you did nothing but basically make them all truth tellers. Everybody said all that shit about you, and you made them truth tellers. Not them lying on you, bitch. You made everybody gospel. You made them the gospel. You did that. So here it is for me. Okay. Here it is for me. When it comes to her legacy, just like how I am with Sharon, and how I don't really speak about, Inglorious Bastards, multiple views watcher. Okay. I still stand behind the things I said about the racist stuff because y'all don't have a right to call anybody anything out their name on a real note. I cannot go forward with this as far as like a viewer in the whole, like, well, she did this and I don't even want to discuss her no more. She did win season 2. If she's not stripped, she's still the winner. If she wants to be stripped, that's her want and desire. It is not a thing unless it is actually a thing. Okay. And so until World of Wonder, which they haven't made a statement about this, by the way, which I'm a-okay, good on that. Go ahead. You don't have to say anything. But when Rue makes this kind of moment, I'm like, ooh, maybe you kind of want to. But I don't care if they're stripped or not, is what I'm gonna say to that. I just don't want to discuss them anymore. I think this is the last day, if you will. Gross. That's all. I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap this one up here because I really don't want to go any further with it. Gross. Just gross. Like is how I feel about it. Yeah, no more. No mas. I was like, okay. Even the panel, when we discussed it together as a group, we were just like, okay, we can't ride with this bitch no more because this is. Did you read this? Did you hear? Are you looking at this? And it's just going and going and go. You got artwork now, like. So again, I am nobody to them. Okay. And that's perfectly fine. And all that kind of good stuff. And all that mess. What screenshots, Liam, are you talking about? Are you talking about the people you had to block during the panel? Yeah, there was apparently. I mean, I was being harassed. I've been getting harassed these last couple of months. If you will. I've on someone's personal vendetta list. I don't know what's going on with them. I wish them some better mental health, but it is what it is. It is a little bit of engagement, if you will. So it is what girl. But apparently she said the dates correlate. Oh, girl, Lord have mercy. To Morgan McMichael's child. Listen, hold on a second. Give me just a second, y'all. Let me answer this real quick. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become a part of this Rant Pack family. I appreciate you for tuning in. If you want to drop a tippy poo in my jar, please and thank you. It is paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App, MattyRants, Venmo, MattyRants. I got some super chats I need to get to right now. Give me one moment here. I just need to answer this text, and I want to do it on mute, so I'm not into the microphone here. So give me just a second. All right. Thank you so much for your patience here. I do appreciate y'all, you know, holding it down for me. I needed to respond to that. Um, it's not Cynthia. That's who that I can answer. That I can answer. And this has nothing to do with her as an actress or as a performer because she is amazing at what she does. How this move, bitch? I think I just shaking it. There we go. Uh, it's nothing to do with her. Okay, it's really not. It's nothing to do with the comments that she made about Black Americans either. But nothing to do with that, Cynthia, is it? Nope. I remember it. Ignorant. What was said? Ghetto, if you will. Okay, yeah, none of that. None of it, if you will. However, 5 foot what? Girl, please. Ah, no, I don't listen. I am not watching Lego X-Men, so I'm not trying to see Cynthia Erivo pop up on my screen looking like Block'em Sock'ems. What the fuck is up? Nope. Not doing it today. She can scream into her green skin falls and plummets, bitch. You got one white woman chasing you with blonde hair. I don't think so. I can't see you next to Jean and Famik Jensen once again towering over Storm. That's not happening. It's not happening. I'm sorry I'm getting passionate about it, but this is my favorite character in comic book history, period. X-Men is my favorite series. My top 3 X-Men are Storm, Nightcrawler, and Colossus. Don't ask why. We'll go into a deeper detail later. I love a whole bunch of them, but I have just been, it's my shit as a kid. It got me through some things, okay? So when I have seen Halle Berry be Storm, which I'm fine with. That's okay. They haven't casted it yet, or they haven't announced it, Patrick. They haven't announced the casting yet. We sat through one bad wig and one bad African accent. We then sat through a decent wig and not the good clothes. And then basically she made the room cold and that saved the day. What? And then the next one, they had mama spinning around and shit, looking crazy in a weird wig with black streaks for some odd some odd reason. And you know what? I'm not blaming, I can no longer blame the directors for this. I'm not going to be able to because it feels like it's been her decision, but maybe it's also the departments for the beauty consultant. They talked about, because again, they speak about in Hollywood, it was difficult with black hairstyles, this, that, and the other. I'm not quite sure what was happening there, but she had one more lily wig from Tekken to go, and I was gonna be rotting. Okay. Either way, Ali did her job for the most part, and I was happy to see her. I just knew it was what it was. And then we were done. Should Angela Bassett have been Storm? Absolutely. But that's past. She is no longer in the right age group, and that's no shade to the, timeless Angela Bassett. I love Angela. But she is the queen of Wakanda now. And she is, she face down but like, no, because then you're going to have to make her legacy Storm, where it storms in the future and there's that different time variant of her. That's when you can use Angela. That would be appropriate. But like, she would have been the perfect person if they casted correctly. But Bryan Singer's, that's another story. I don't want to talk about him as a director, and I don't want to talk about him as a person. Ooh, gross. But with Halle, we got what we got. It is what it is. There you go. It's still much better than Alexandra Shipp. It's still so much better. And she can get on Twitter and do her, y'all can be mad because they're gonna read the who is gonna do what. You basically added more pain to Aaliyah's legacy, and you most certainly didn't do anything for Storm's as an actress. And I hate to be that girl, but I'm not a fan of the light skin work. It's me over here, also fluorescent beige with you, Alexandra. It's gonna be a light on light crime, girl, today. We can both be sticks of gum. I don't know what you want, double mint twin, but you don't need to come near that role again, or anybody of beige consent. Nobody needs to come near this role. She needs to be brown skin girl. Like, it need to be melanated. look at this, because they hate us with light-skinned girls now. They be like, "Oh, y'all think y'all cute." I am cute. Not all of us are cute, but I am. You could be mad if you want to. I know God blessed me. Amen. Be what you will of it. Okay. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I could be ugly to you, but I'm a bad bitch. The majority rules. However, I don't want to see me this and that. No. Now, with that being said, Cynthia is gorgeous. Cynthia is attractive to lots of people. Okay. You are not Storm. That not one wig on that scalp, that landscape of a head is going to give us the need or desire to see the role in itself. You would look like a whole nother person, if you will, in that hair of even the mohawk. Nope. You would be like going to Deadpool and Wolverine in that one scene where they show accurate version of Wolverine in his height. It would be like Funhouse Mirror Storm. No shade. Okay. So no, I don't think so. Anything else? Maybe. Anything else? Yeah, but Storm is not a short girl, and that's why for me, I'm saying Cynthia can't have it. I think she has the acting chops, absolutely, to demolish the role, do very well. But physically speaking, no. Now you know who I want for this role, and I am definitely putting in my vote, DeWanda Wise, in my personal opinion, should be casted in this role. I can see it. I'm sorry. I see it. I don't see. I mean, Coco Jones. I could listen. There are some people who I believe are going to look good talking as Storm, but not casting spells or doing the work as Storm. I think other people are going to look good casting spells as Storm, but not doing the talking as Storm. And that's where I'm at with Coco a little bit. I think she's good, but I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to get everything I need from her. But this bitch, DeWanda, her face is already set to go. I think bone structure wise, where the wig could land and how the hair could be, please. She already like give her light eyes already now. Not to say that that's what we need from them, but I think it'll be easier for them to do the CGI work if they have to have her eyes go white. I'm really hoping they just keep them white the entire time, like But like again, Jody would be interesting, but I don't know. I want DeWanda to get it. I don't know why. I want DeWanda to get it so bad. I just wanted her to get it so bad. Because to me, I feel like she was wasted in the Jurassic World movies. Okay, sorry. Random rant. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Hold on. Wait a minute. Give me back the light. Give me back the light. Give me back the light. I hated it. I hated it so much. I thought it was the dumbest franchise like reboot ever. The first one I was okay with because I got to see Bryce Dallas Howard running heels in a very swamp jungle-esque environment, and honestly that was my gay given right to be seeing something like that. Very powerful strong calves and a gorgeous redhead running through not the streets, but the woods, if you will, trying to survive the dinosaurs. I was blessed and highly favored that day. I also saw one of the most random kills ever in a movie where this woman who really shouldn't have even been given that kind of like takeout like that, just trying to be a good nanny and watch over these badass kids, gets lifted up into the air by a pterodactyl to then be dropped into the like ocean enclosure and then be eaten by like, I don't even remember the dinosaur's name, but gobble gobble, bitch. I still can't get over that. I was like, why'd that lady have to die like that? But the first one was it. After that, it was terrible. I had to watch, Andy from fucking Parks and Recreation go, no. No, hated that shit. The cloning thing with the girl. Oh, had a whole nother accent. Didn't make any fucking sense. I was like, girl, what? Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, man. I miss the days. I miss the Liam Neeson and the Laura Dern, Samuel L. Jackson, my boy from Seinfeld. Fuck that show, but that boy from Seinfeld. I miss Julianne Moore with Jeff Goldblum. My baby girl who was doing gymnastics up there in the rafters, bitch. I was here for Lost World and I was here for Jurassic Park, the first movie. After that, it's never gone good for me until they did the first Jurassic World. And I was like, okay, interesting. It just didn't go anywhere. And I feel like that happens so much with the Jurassic series. And sorry, that was my rant. I needed to get that out. I love it. I remember a core memory of being a kid and going to go see it at a Cinema 8 attached to the mall out here. My sister threw up on the scene where the it's not a velociraptor. It's the one where it spit in the guy's face, and my sister threw up in the movie theater. I remember my mom was like so upset because they had to leave and go clean it up. And meanwhile, I'm still sitting there like getting my full life. Never wanted to sit in the back of a movie theater ever again. Who remembers movie theaters where it wasn't stadium seating? You new generation have no idea the bullshit. If you got to the theater late, baby, and you were either all the way in the back and couldn't see a fucking thing, or you were all the way in the front and there was no sort of like, now you have it to where it's up here on your head. The seats were actually just to the shoulder, baby. Like, you don't know that life. I could actually say I'm that old. Or for those of you who still have dollar theaters, because there's actually places you can go that are like dollar theaters. And I know Texas has a lot of them. It's like $1.50 to go see a movie. They have those old seating, and it's not the business. You had to really plan your spot. You had to get there early. I remember waiting in lines for movies. I have never seen that. Like, I haven't. Has anybody waited in a line for a movie recently? Live chat, tell me this. Holla at your boy. I got some super chats to get to here. While you're answering that, thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Become part of this Rant Pack family. Drop a tippy poo in my jar, if you will, for me, please. It is paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $, and Venmo MattyRants. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and being here today. Super chat. Misha, sending you and your kitty some love. Thank you so much, baby. I hope you're doing well and feeling blessed and not stressed. Crash, thank you so much for the super chat. Late to live, but I see that a certain someone found out what the 5 fingers said to the face. Slap. Apparently not. Thank you, baby. And Peace to Mateo, thank you so much for the super chat. I need people to stop clout chasing off the situation for likes and engagement. Just block her at this point because mental health is real. We need to focus on giving the Vivian her flowers. Thank you. Thank you. Because she's blocked on my end. I was like, I'm not even. Why are we even responding to that? Like, no shade. And then the reposting. I'm like, girl, I'll just block that. I made my own thing. I didn't even say her name. I'm just like, Like, no. Because I can't stand seeing what you have to say anymore. It's giving wild and crazy. It's giving, I'm about to stand outside and really swing around town, if you will. Like, girl, what is going on? But thank you so much, Mateo. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, baby. Jeremiah, thank you for the super chat. Hear me out. Dominique Jackson Storm. I would love that, but we live in this world, unfortunately, where we would think that 2025 that would still make sense, but you already know they just took out a portion from this show, a trans storyline, a Disney show recently that actually wasn't even like that crucial. It wasn't even that bad. I watched the whole thing on Twitter. I was like, girl, y'all took that out? That was how? Like, what do you mean? Who would need to have that kind of deep of an okay, anywho. So I couldn't be, but I would love it personally. Peace of Mateo. Thank you for the super chat. Get Gigi Good to do the wig, please. From Chris. I cannot. That is so funny. I cannot. Hold on a second. I can't. I actually love how this works now. It's like a click and then a click, and I can like click it out. Click it out. But thanks, Peace to Mateo, for the super chat. I appreciate you. I don't know. I just want them to cast Storm well. Personally, I just need it to be a little bit more accurate, or if not a lot, actually just make her accurate. Storm, please, like, do us that favor. I know they want to continue with Hugh Jackman. I guess he signed some contract recently, or there's some sort of negotiation, some work for him to continue as Wolverine. I don't know if it's going to be in this capacity for the movie. I'm a little bit over that, but unless they want to make Wolverine specifically older a part of the timeline and he comes into a different situation, okay, I get it. But like, he cannot be the center of the movie again. He cannot, and I get it. Deadpool and Wolverine did so well. We love that. We love it. Love it. What more can you do? Like, okay, you did Logan. You did Logan. You did Wolverine. You did all that other stuff. Like, we don't. He was never the main character, if you will, unless he had his own comic book when it came to the team aspect of the X-Men. He was very much, I'm gonna say something on the sidelines here. I'm rushing in, your basic melee guy with like amped up powers, and he was extremely OP because he had healing abilities, all that kind of stuff, adamantium claws, the bit of it. But like, Scott and Jean, like Aurora was literally second in command. Like, there were other people that were part of the situation. We saw X-Men 97. We know it can be done with what they can do with the storyline with these people, and actually like conveying multiple choice answers when it comes to like it being a good movie and something we can follow through and then go, oh, I can't wait for the sequel. But like, God forbid they just really screw the pooch with this, because I will have no more faith in the Marvel series. I'm going to be honest with you. I sat through Avengers. I don't even like the Avengers as a comic book guy. I was never there. Again, X-Men all the way. I sat through that shit. I paid you money. I did. So we could get here. Because I was mad at how Fox did the X's. I was mad, baby. Mad boots. So I was like, okay, well, you all are going to get it right. But you said I got to wait all them years. And now we're getting close to the finish line. So I'm begging you, Marvel, do not screw the pooch. Don't do it. I have given way too much money for you to like really fuck this up on a real note, because you saw what you did with Endgame and you're like, can we strike magic twice? You can with the X-Men. You literally can with the X-Men. It already was selling anyways when it was just like, the X-Men that were out there, Bryan Singer's versions and, all that kind of good stuff. And well, not Bryan, I mean, nothing good about it, but like, those movies were making money. You have the budget. You see what you can do. You know how this goes. Stop playing. Ain't nobody asked for Madam Web. Did you ask for Madam Web? Was that honestly on your radar? Madam Web? That lady, I don't think she's a good actress. I was just like, what? You got who doing what? Who is this? I know Spider-Man has been making coin tatas, but like, y'all are driving him into the grave for me personally. I'm over it, if you will. Like, I'm like, oh, another Spider-Man movie, another movie based off of Spider-Man series. I like Venom. Y'all kind of killed it for me with the movies, to be real with you. I prefer video game Venom all day and comic book Venom before anything to do with Tom Hardy. No shade. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm like, oh no. The Theory was a good one. I mean, but that's also a movie that was already good, so it had a lot to work with. I'm just not a fan of Dakota Johnson as an actress. She's not for me, but she's for people. I'm glad people pay money to see her be the same person in every movie. She's like a Keanu Reeves for women. No, take that back. Yeah. Why I still don't know why Black Cat hasn't been introduced yet in the Spider-Man series. Like, she always for me was like my go-to when it came to Spidey and Friends and all that kind of jazz. And I used to love the game that you can play the little side scroller. I always would play with her. So like, I just have my own feelings about how they're doing Spider-Man and stuff. So I never go to the movies to see it. I always wait until it comes out on demand. I'm like, okay, I'll watch here. Because I'm never satisfied. I'm like, y'all keep it going. Oh, Blade. We're going to have to let that go. I don't think that movie's going to be made. I mean, the last time we saw Blade was Wesley Snipes in Deadpool versus Wolverine. So we got lucky there. My main point in this, and to wrap up DeWanda, is the pick for me for Storm, not Cynthia Erivo. I know we have wants and wishes in life, but I want Cynthia to focus on Wicked and her other projects, and I wish she wouldn't bring this back up again. As my light turns off. Defying gravity. No, there's clearly a short in this. Okay, hold on. Yeah, there's a short of it. Oh, y'all, don't break nothing, Matt. Don't break nothing. I could just let my other ring light just be the one, but I have 2 ring lights on and I like it. Okay, here we go. Bam. Are we better now? Is she better or not? Okay. Not that that's the reason why the power's not going on. Yeah, I just don't want her to. I don't want it. No shade. I don't want it. I'm good. Good. We're good. You're good. All right. We're moving on to the next subject. As a reminder, tomorrow is Friday, which means that today is Thursday. God help me. And so Candace Drag Race is on tonight, and I will be watching. And of course, if you're a part of my Patreon crew, I will be having that posted either tonight or tomorrow in the morning. There is also a 3-episode premiere of the Traitors that we're about to discuss right now for season 3. Just so we're all very clear, this is a Bob the Drag Queen stan household account. Y'all know Bob, my friend. Shout out to Bob. Yeah. I'm rooting for Berta. That's it. Everybody else, I'm gonna have a good time with and see how it goes, and maybe we'll find folks that we're gonna root for along the way. But right now, in my repertoire wheelhouse, it's Berta. Roberta is going to be the one that we're rooting for here, but I'm very excited for the season. So I will be covering it each and every week on this channel. With it being a 3-episode premiere, we're going to split up a couple of actually lies. Monday will be the day that I do the 3-episode conversation, and I'm going to just all put it into one long live stream where we go through down the episodes, talk about what happened, this and the other, where people messed up, the full bit of it, who we think is going to get got the next time, or possibly where the Traitors may run. We're going to do fun things like that. So Monday will be the day for the 3-episode premiere conversation. We're going to do it then. But then after that, I'm waiting for Candace Drag Race to be done. We will be doing it on Fridays, the day after it premieres. We'll be talking about the episode. So I believe we're just going to do 2 Mondays before we get to Fridays with this one, okay? Andre, thank you for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate the hello. Hello. I need to the cameraman. Hello. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. But yeah, we are going to get the Traitors, y'all. It's a show basically where there is definitely money on the line, but between all of these people, celebrities from different spaces and places, or whatever part of the universe you would have placed them in, the idea is that there are traitors who are chosen within the group, and those traitors then pick off the faithfuls one by one. The idea is that if they get to the end of this competition, and they say remained as traitors without the faithfuls finding out that they are traitors, they win the money, just like they did on season 1. You should definitely watch season 1, because bitch, that was a masterclass of manipulation. I loved it. But if the faithfuls can find all of the traitors prior to the finale, then they will then have a shot at said money. It is possible, though, that some of the faithfuls can backstab other faithfuls just to widen the pot, as we saw with season 2 with MJ. not to say it was whites only, but CJ and Trishelle did not want to split that money with MJ. And I am still not okay with that. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not okay. I was still not okay with it. I get it was the real world alliance and all that kind of shit. But when I tell you, I was taken back to Trishelle and the Anissa moment all over again for Miss MJ. And I was like, bitch, what is this? Why y'all were working as a group? What's happening? Oh, but hey, they won that money. This and we ain't splitting it with that bitch. I was like, oh, that shit was crazy. So we got some people from the Real Housewives, such as Dorinda Medley, Chanel Ayon, a couple. I'm sorry, and also from New Jersey. Come on, Matt. It's not Dorinda. What's her name? Come on, I know her name. I haven't watched New Jersey in a while because it's the same old, same old. Teresa's cousin. She tans just. I mean, she damn near raven color. I don't want to look. I don't want y'all to say it to me. I know her name. Come on, Matt. Teresa, Jennifer, Margaret, Melissa. I can't say Melissa. Dolores. Oh, Dolores. Why did I keep having something very? I had like no something in my it was no. It kept a little D in there, but I don't know. Yeah, Dolores from New Jersey. You also have former housewife who was fired. Robin is on there. I don't know if I should say her last name because it's hard to tell with keeping up with her if that's something she's going to be using or not. So I don't want to say her last name because I don't think that would be appropriate. You just never know. The wind would blow. Depends on what room she's sleeping in today, right? But yes, Robin, former duo member, is about to do this by herself. I think this is quite funny that Robin is there by herself. She has never worked solo well ever. So I'm thinking, like, how are you about to deal? Like, girl, I mean, are y'all going to talk about you not coming back? Was this filmed prior to that? Yeah, of course, Bob the Drag Queen is there. Bob the Drag Queen is going to be there representing RuPaul's Drag Race. Peppermint was on last season, kind of targeted early, in my personal opinion. So I'm really hoping that that doesn't happen to Bob, just being themselves. And of course, with the way that people work, some people like to work in their own sort of, issues with folks in their voting style by saying, oh, no, I just don't trust you. Yeah, okay, we'll see. So I'm concerned for Bob that he's not dealt with the same cards that Peppermint was, but we shall see. We shall see. I think they should have had two people from Drag Race on there, not just one person. Like, why are you got all these multiple housewives on there that are very familiar with each other through the Bravo franchises. Like, you could have had another person from Drag Race on there. I know girls were free. Girls were free. But yeah, like those are the ones that I know about that at least I'll be watching. There are a couple people on there. I think some Big Brother folks, Survivor, this and the other. It should be very interesting. If you have not seen it, it's a show that also has multiple variations across like international franchises too, which are really good. I watched the Australian one, loved it. I watched, I think, two of the UK ones. I like those too. Those are really good. But yeah, it's a good little reality competition show. And if you're into like, who done it and people having to play a game and being very strategic, I would hop on this one because the girls do have to work. Ask Phaedra. Yeah, Melinda Virgo was on the Canada Traitors recently, and Miss Fierce Delicious was, of course, on the first season as well. So yeah, yes. I'm excited. We'll be covering it weekly. Of course, it'll be on my Patreon. Just stay tuned for that. If I am a day behind, just give me a moment here because I do have a lot going on in the background right now. So I appreciate the support for those of you who are a part of my Patreon. It is as low as $1 a month, but I will be covering it on my YouTube channel weekly. So just tune in. What else do I have to talk about today? I thought this screenshot was pretty cool. I was like, Bob, I know you rolled up there. Right, sister. Come on with it. now. I'm here for the outfit I am. And the fact that Bob hasn't shaved or anything, the androge is everything. I love the gender blend. It's perfect. It's very Berta. So I love it. I was like, okay, Bob, we're gonna shake it up. I want the people to be like, who is that? Mhm. Again, y'all, we talked about the folks out in California right now affected by the wildfires earlier in the video. In case you missed that, again, make sure send your love and prayers out to those of you who are affected. Lived out there at one point in time when there was happening, not to this effect that it is now, but I can understand. It is hard to breathe. People are losing homes. Folks are getting displaced, and that's crazy. But I do know Airbnb is trying to do something about it by giving people like a temporary housing through their Airbnbs that they have. But there's a lot going on out there. So send your well wishes and love to those who are affected. Now, we are wrapping this up today, and I hope you had a good time with me as we did the rant report. I appreciate all the super chats today. Thank you so very much. We talked about somebody who again, literally after this video, I'm never mentioning them again, whether I'm speaking of them in a different name or whatever the case may be. I'm not. I do not want to. So tired. We discussed that whole situation and how everybody reacted and how we going forward are going to, no longer address them. And again, what a shitty person they are. We went into Cynthia Erivo's closet and told her not to put on that white wig and not to put on that Storm cosplay, and that if you decide to wear her for Halloween, that's perfectly fine, but you will not be casted in this Marvel movie because we don't see it. Oh, we gave some other suggestions. But yes, we are excited to see where that can go. We also talked about Traitors season 3. I will be covering it here on the channel. Gave you a little bit of the idea of what the show is going to be about and where it can go. Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I recorded the Golden Globes. I did not watch it. I saw everything that I needed to see via social media. I do want to say congratulations to Demi Moore for winning her first Golden Globe. I think she deserved it for the substance. That movie was mind blowing. It's one of my favorite movies I've seen ever, and it was my favorite movie so far this year, for sure. So I think she deserved it, and I was very happy for her. I do not feel the same for Zoe Saldana, but I'm happy that Zoe Saldana won. Dominican representing, I was here for that part of it. I hated that movie. I'm sorry, and it has nothing to do with the trans storyline. To me, it was the way that storyline was done that made me like, girl, what? This song is about chopping off what? Can you do it? Yes, you can. Like, what? Like, no. No. I understand the purpose of that film and the importance of it, but something about the way it was done, the way they didn't address certain things about like the people that were being killed by that person and blah. It was just something about it left a bad taste in my mouth. Not even anything to do with like some of the really, really uncomfortable and cringy songs that were taking place, but like I couldn't do it. But if you liked it, bet. And I'm glad that Zoe won, but I was like, the movie was just not. It wasn't for me. So I had to and Bleecker was like, Matt, I promise you, just watch it, and you need to call me afterwards and tell me what you think. And there were so many parts I wanted to fast forward. I was like, oh my god, I cannot take this anymore. Some of the conversations were just went on and on and on and on. Then it starts singing, and it's like, what? And then it's like, you kidnapped this woman and did all like, girl, it was just, oh my God. The way they didn't address the whole situation with, oh God, like, oh, I don't know. Something about it just had me. It just didn't take me there. But glad for those that, again, for the doors that opened for those who won and this, that, and the other. To me, the story itself, it was, oof. I was like, ooh, what is this? I wish it wasn't a musical, to be honest with you. I think I would have received it better if it wasn't and it didn't take me out. And I was shocked that, the song about being a black woman was interesting. I was like, this is a lot. Especially after this lady literally got in blackface not too long ago to do these. I don't know why it tickled me. I was like, oh. Okay. So in this scenario, this applies because ABCD. No, not to take away from it, because the song actually does have importance, and the message behind the song is important, if you will. But yeah, not for me. I was also Shogun, winning the awards that it did. There was a lot of work that went into, researching a lot of the ancient history that happened. So I think those are all very deserved. To me, it was a little, I don't know, award season this time around was a little awkward for me because I knew a lot of people were watching it just to see Ariana Grande win, and they were expecting that. And then when a lot of that didn't happen, and then they saw that Wicked got the box office Golden Globe, which to me is it's the epitome of somebody getting the number one on the charts for the 21st Century Award because a certain audience was mad that another artist was given the number one pop star of the 21st century title, if you will. Yeah. So like I kind of wasn't interested this year a little bit. I don't know. I was like, oh. A perfect attendance award, which I'm always here for those. I used to like getting my perfect attendance award because my mama would drop me off at school even if I was sick. Lord Jesus. Like, man, you just got to tough it out. I remember coming to school with tissue boxes and shit. I was like, oh, how these kids looking at me? Ain't nobody washed their hands, so who cares? Please watch the movie Strange Darling. It's so good. No, I've seen it. It's really good. I did like that movie. A lot of stuff that y'all suggest me and Bleeker talk about. One movie I am excited to see from Neon that's coming out is called Presence, with Lucy Liu in the movie. It's called Presence. And the way they're doing the advertising for it with the trailers, it's giving the Long Legs vibe of like very eerie, doesn't want to tell you too much. And I need that kind of tease when it comes to movies. Do not tell me the entire movie in the trailer. I'm not gonna want to go. I'm not gonna go. Bleecker saw Night Bitch. I haven't seen it yet. It is on my Hulu recommended. You might want to take a look, girl. I would like to order this, but I can't order this. I'm gonna make something. Yeah. I'm gonna make chili. Oh, well, wait a minute. No. I was like, yes. I had to think about my body real quick. I was like, do I want to make chili dogs tonight? Yeah, I think it'll be just a night of just myself. I'm hungry. Like, I'm hungry. I have been working out like crazy. I've started maintaining a pretty good weight. I've noticed my chest getting bigger, my arms getting bigger. So I'm like, okay, bet your boy's been working out and doing the two, and I'm really happy about it. But I've been really wanting to like eat a lot more food because I'm working out a lot. And I was dieting to lose the weight. And now I'm like, no more. I need food. Food. So I have caught myself eating a lot more than I usually do, but I'm gagged because I like get on the scale, like, okay, bitch, I'm still maintaining because I'm working out. So I'm not used to that. And for me, I'm like, man, what am I about to make? That'd be me looking in the fridge, like, okay, bitch, I got this in here. I got this in here. Oh goodness, something silly, silly, silly. Chicken tacos do sound good, and I do have some chicken thighs that are boneless. I could totally do, but what I wanted to do with the chicken thighs is I have this like barbecue glaze that I was gonna let it marinate it for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and then air fry it because it gets this nice crispy char on the outside. You have to flip it like every 5 or 6 minutes and do it for like 25 minutes. Doesn't overcook it or anything, still remains juicy, but it gets like almost as if it was on the grill, but not really. Tastes so good. And then I put a mac and cheese with it. Sabby, you know me, Kim. That's how I like to operate. Chicken and mac and cheese, bitch, go together like that. And then I have some veggies I can make that are frozen or whatever. But the other day, oh, bitch. Okay, no, I get to show them. I get to show it. I'm so proud of it. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. Ooh, okay, okay, ooh, okay, okay. So, all right. So the other day, I was feeling very, very, ooh, I'm gonna look something up and just make it because I have it, right? And so I bought some hot dogs that I am gonna use for the chili dogs, right? However, I said, let me use half of them for something else. I bought biscuits at the store the other day. You know where I'm going with this. I'm so proud. I have to show you how they came out. And like, of course, I'm gonna eat these like right after this. I'm not gonna eat it right now, but because I get heated up. Bitch, I made the cutest little, and they're not pigs in the blanket. They're not pigs in the blanket because it's turkey dogs. She just meat pork. I was so proud of myself. I don't know why. I was like, oh my God. I was so proud. No, it's gobble in a blanket. It's glug, 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 in a blanket. Yeah. So it's turkey dogs. And what I did was I took the biscuit dough, and you know how it comes, it's that same like 1.99, like the little 5 biscuits you get for breakfast, the ones that are flaky. I cut them in half, and then like I would pull them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, let me pull. I was like, pull them and like stretch them out a little bit and get them like nice and flat. And then I took like cut the hot dog in half and then put it in there. And then I took aged white cheddar because I was feeling fancy, and then Colby Jack, and then I put it in there with it, and I did my like wrap. So then once I did them, I had like 10 of them. I was like, okay, man. I was like, oh my God, I'm feeling really like I got someone I'm taking care of at home. I got a man. I was feeling all that, right? So then I'm like, I'm gonna baste them in olive oil. So like coat them in olive oil, salt, pepper, garlic powder, cayenne. And then I did Italian seasoning because honey, the shit gets seasoned in this house. We don't. Please. What? Season that motherfucker on all sides of it, right? And so I did that. And then it was 350 for the oven. I put them in like this like baking dish, and I set it in there for about 15-20 minutes, right? I use Tony's. Yeah, I use Tony's, baby. I don't use Lowry's. I used to use Lowry's. That was a time ago, but I use Tony's, if you will. But I also use regular salt. Not a lot of it, but regular salt, and then put Tony's with it because Tony has a little different taste with the seasoned salt versus like actual salt. But it's recommended you put like actual like salt and then a little bit of that. I like to mix it up. But yeah, so cook that. It came out so well. Like I was so proud of myself. To see there's only 2 left. I ate 8 of them. I was a bitch. I was like, "What?" Okay, and then what else did I do? Yeah, I use Tony's Sachacherus. That's what I call it. Tony's Sachacherus. Sachacherus. Yeah. And I use mustard to dip it like a normal like sort of pickles a blanket, but like turkey in a blanket, and it was very good. But I also I also did like barbecue and like some like McDonald's honey sweet and sour packets. It just tasted really good. It did. It did. It tasted very good. I was very happy. It was like, oh my God. And yeah, I did a lot of cooking. That's legit the thing I did as I was like going through my emotional state. I cooked a lot. I did a lot of shiny hunting. Yeah, like whenever I get in a headspace where I'm like, I can't just deal with this no more, I have to like lock myself up in my room or sort of like get very quiet, and I'll just start doing things because I have to keep my mind busy. I have to keep my mind busy, girl. So I wanted to go to the movies, but I was like, I don't want to spend money right now because like we're trying to save. I still got to get my passport. I still haven't paid for that. Um, and of course, I got like a vet visit coming up with these kids, and I know I'm gonna have to pay for that. So in my mind, I'm like, no, let's not. Just find something to watch on TV. I got into a new anime called Shangri-La Frontier. I like it. Season 2, not so much. I don't like season 2 as much, but season 1 was great and I was enjoying that. So I was trying to put my Crunchyroll subscription to use. Um there's something else I saw I wanted to share with y'all that I kind of liked or whatever. Hey, Purple Eater. Um what else was there like good? Oh yeah, so shiny hunting. So I'm glad I got Pokemon Scarlet again because y'all know I like turned those back and I ended up buying it again. So I got my shiny badge. I ended up doing an Eevee hunt that took me 3 days to complete because it kept nothing would spawn and I was really losing hope until one day, I swear to God, one day six shiny Eevees. I got them in 30 minutes. 6 of them in 30 minutes. Did not even have to reset the game. I was like, what the? And you know what I wasn't using? A shiny encounter. I used a regular encounter of normal Pokemon. Like it's so wild how the way that system works when it's sort of like almost like a roll, if you will. Like you can do the Urban Mysticas, but I just did a regular normal encounter. And it's because I did the mass outbreak and it was a mass outbreak and I found it like specifically right next to Medali town. And so sometimes it's hard because if it spawns near the town, it's something about the way the system works with the NPCs and the way they like show up on the the outer world or whatever, where if it's too close to the town, it won't spawn. And so that fucking kept excuse me. That kept happening towards that Olive Town where all those like Fidos and the Jigglypuffs and shit are at. Man, they kept on having them Eevee spawns in the middle of that like that little football field where you have to hit that giant olive, that stupid game they make you play. That's one thing about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet I gotta talk about. That the mini games they did before every trial were all stupid. They were all dumb and tedious and it's just dumb. Yeah, Cortana. Yeah, exactly. Hate on them. And that was one of my thing where I was like, I don't want to go back and do that part of the game again. So whatever new Pokemon game that they come out with, I know again this is a game and it's geared towards kids, but they realize that adults play this game as well. You are gonna have to make these people a little bit older or do an option to where you can play in multiple ways. I think that they can do that. I think with as much money as we're giving to these people, like, where do I go here? Hold on. Like, let me pull up the damn game because, like, you should know how I am. I'm a big old nerd, but like, you should have it to where we could play as either like young adults to where it's like we're 2021 or something like that, just coming out of college, or be like you want to go back in school. Okay, that's fine. You can play multiple ways to play the damn game. But to me, I don't want to do the school shit again. I do not want to do that again. I'm like, oh my God, that was annoying. We were only able to do uniforms and stuff. That shit is stupid. Like, come on. You didn't give us any customizable options, if you will. But just so y'all know, yeah, big fan. Big fan. Can you show my level, please? Is it going to show you my level? It's not. It's not focusing. Well, my level is 31. I'm like, it's not showing all shit. As far as like the Poke cards are concerned, like she's been working on it. Believe that. And I've been very lucky with some wonder picks. So shout out to everybody that is playing the TCG P game. But I found 6 shiny Eevees. I found a shiny Corvage. I could literally pull this all up. Like I have the game up right now. Oh, I found a shiny Milcery. And so I'm kind of, I don't know what to do because I've never had the Milcery thing where you like specifically have to spin around and do all that kind of stuff. And I want to do it correctly because I have a shiny one. And I'm like, bitch, I want the cute one to come out of it. But that's kind of what I was doing. A lot of my it was video games and cooking. I cooked and I played video games and I caught up on anime, and I got myself like locked into not checking my phone. That's exactly what I did. I was like, I don't want to be on the phone. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to have no conversations about anything to do with that bitch, or like even like talking about like Viv, because I was seeing, like, shout out to Jada Essence Hall. She responded to my story on Instagram, because she had a relationship with her too. But like, I got emotionally overwhelmed with all the nice stuff, and Cornbread's video had me crying. I was like, girl, this is a lot. But it was just the rhetoric that was starting to happen around the situation was getting kind of like mixed together with what that other person had said, and I was a little over it at that point in time, where people were going to DragCon UK. DragCon UK had to like make an announcement about the VIP, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm glad that folks were telling people not to trauma dump on the queens when they got there, and not to be like, "Did you? Oh yeah, Raj's video, bro. That was emotions." Okay. But yeah, if you're at DragCon UK right now this weekend, be safe out there. Have a good time. Make sure you are not pushing something onto queens and being like, I hate her too. Like, don't do that. A little weird. Don't do that. Have fun. Make sure you have a lot of money because it is expensive. But also, if you are feeling peckish, I hope I'm saying that right. To my babies out there, drink water and eat something. Like, you make sure you are hydrated and you have something in your body, because it is going to be a long weekend and the days are long. Okay. The lines are long. You may be sitting there for quite some time, and some people don't have the leg strength anymore for that. So be careful out there and be safe. But yeah, I just disconnected from the world for a quick second, and got into everybody who was in my phone. Very much, if you were on my contact list, yeah, you were talking to me. But if you were on social media, I was kind of keeping it bare minimum, because I was like, I don't want to have a conversation about nothing. Because it was like, I just finished the panel. I was so happy with how that episode went. I was really happy with how the review for season 17 went. Everything was happening, and it was just so emotional. Like, I was done, and then I got attacked, girl. And I mean, I was just like, girl, what is this? Like, I honestly, y'all, I sat there like, what is going on? Like, this cannot be reality. This is not some real shit right here. Ain't no way. I just was like, no way. No way. Well, all the racist shit that was said to me, baby, I was like, yo, this is wild. So yeah, for me, I almost forgot to talk about this. Hulk Hogan being booed. Booed, honey, booed down. Booed him down. They booed that bastard, that racist piece of shit. They booed him. Okay? And I mean, thank you, everybody that was there. Thank you. You knew the assignment. People were booing him for multiple reasons. Multiple reasons. He has done so many dirty things to people in the industry. He has blocked so many people's blessings. He has literally ruined people's careers. The things he said about the black guy that his daughter was dating, wild. But like, they booed the fuck out of him. They did, and he deserved all of it. He deserved all of it. And as much as The Undertaker also has some political views, I would go, oh, really? He not like that man. Political views, different. Okay, fine. He not racist. He's not somebody blocking folks' blessings. He's not out here ruining people's, like, girl, please. So yeah, I was happy that he got booed. Fuck him. Trash, boo Hulk Hogan. I just was like, girl, this is crazy. Crazy to see. But I thought that was wild that he thought he could roll up in there and do what he was doing. He was also there trying to promote his beer brand and shit. It was like, what? Like, Yeah, he targeted Mark Henry and Booker T. Both very popular, and he hated that. And nobody, especially a black man, could not be more popular. Oh no, honey. And nowhere near his, it couldn't be anywhere near his like status or echelon. Wanted to keep us in as the ringers, the ones that always lose the fights. That's how Hulk wanted to happen. It's crazy. Yeah. So anywho, yeah, fuck him. But yeah. Oh yeah, I totally remember that he didn't know that one of the models that he hired was a black woman for his beer brand. And when he went there and met everybody that was there, he shook everyone's hand, then looked at her and was like, "Okay, hi," da da da, da, and then immediately fired her afterwards. Like immediately fired her and replaced her with a white woman. Immediately. I was like, "Oh, okay." Okay. But it is that's that man. He's a piece of shit. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up right now. We got 90 minutes done. I was feeling like, oh God, I'm about to do 2 hours. They're gonna say I've been talking for too long, but I've been having a good time with you today, talking about hot topics, but also getting some things off of our chest as well, and just having a good time together. Yeah, giving a special shout out to Liam again. This is why I'm glad I put another moderator on. For me with my channel, I still want to do the things that I want to do, and it'd be authentic to my channel. So I'm not open to every suggestion possible. Like some things I'm like that's not me. That's nowhere near the who is this or who is this person. But other things I take and I'm like, okay, yeah, we can't apply that. That's something I can work around, right? So I want to give Liam a shout out because he's been really active lately, and even Emrika hit me up about it, and I was like, okay, this is not like that. But Liam, during our panel last week, was working overtime because he saw firsthand. Because I actually just didn't pay attention. I was trying to read the chat, but we had a lot of people. We had over 700 people at one point in time in the chat, and the chat was going by fast. So I was catching good stuff. But apparently, they came to that panel and again, we're trying to spam and trying to troll and trying to say some really, really fucked up stuff during that time. And so I didn't read any of it, Liam, and I don't want to read any of it if that's fine. I know it's more than likely probably associated with the person who said that I made the Vivian's death about me, which is disgusting. But I also mentioned my color several times and basically dehumanized me, if you will, as a black man. So it is what it is. I posted the stuff on Twitter about what was said. That person, I guess, deleted their account because people were going to them like, "Why are you sending that to him, Maddie?" And da, 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 da. They couldn't take the heat. I'm sure they've made a new account now, or they're probably watching this now, telling me to go fuck myself. And I'm concerned for my safety a little bit when it comes to that because this is a little ridiculous. I haven't said anything to garner this kind of attention. So, on my own end, I've been talking to some Rant Pack members about taking precautions and going a little bit step further into researching this person and finding out who they are and taking legal action if I need to, because it's becoming a little obsessive and not okay, if you will. Like you're subscribing under 20 accounts and you're unsubscribing, you're fucking literally with like it's really weird, y'all. So I don't know what else to say about that outside of leave me alone. But also I don't care. Like I don't care. I care, but it's not the way you think I should be caring about the situation. I just don't understand what this need to hold me responsible for some shit that's not reality. And also, I do want to address something about that statement that I thought was wild. Never once did I say anything about not supporting Palestine. That's not at all what I said. I did mention about Congo and Sudan going through similar situations and how people weren't speaking about them. And there's other situations like what Palestine was going through where I think we all should be talking about it. And that got flipped. That's scary. That's scary to me. That's scary. I didn't like that. Was the one thing about that. I was like, okay, whoa. You took something I said and rearranged it to fit a whole narrative of your hate. And it's why I don't even know who this person is. So again, y'all gotta chill. It's never that deep. I don't know what it is about me, but maybe I'm smiling. Maybe people like me. I don't know. Whatever the case is, I don't know. But whenever I was going through my own little thing, I guess some folks got very aggressively upset with me and felt the need to attack me. And it is what it is when it comes to that. I just apologize. And I have to do that on my end to anybody that's ever had to witness, read, or receive that. I don't want to create an atmosphere like that, but there are people trying to interrupt said atmosphere and turn this into a place where they can interject their hate into me and try to hurt me. And then they try to do it through us in the process, and it's just not okay. So like we can always disagree to agree and just have a debate and talk about stuff on the show, and like I like this queen more than this one, that's fine. But like when we get to the point of taking it to a personal level and you've gone past the point of where I can find some what of a level of respect, I'm not there. And I'm also a little too old to be going back and forth with somebody on the internet about a fucking TV show. So like just relax, folks. But either way, oh, I was like, what is this email? It's for the House of Blues. Had a good time today. I will be watching some shows tonight. If not tonight, I'll be watching it in the morning because I want to eat. I'm gonna make some food right now. Oh, and I am washing my sheets because I remember I told you I was rearranging my room, so I need to get the new sheets on the bed now and catch up on Beverly Hills Housewives and on Salt Lake City. You need to leave. I gotta see that. And I haven't watched it yet. So I gotta get into it today. But hey, thank you again for tuning in and listening to me ramble and rant, discuss, talk, chat, give my opinions on some hot topics that are going on in our current world right now. If you again would do me this little favor of hitting the like button before you walk out this door, and make sure that you remember that you can walk back through this door again to have these conversations live with me, or watch the playback if you will, and get into it. I could be the person helping you fold laundry, or possibly taking a long bubble bath, or maybe a long drive down the road, down the witch's road, wherever you're at. We had over 200 people in here today, and I do appreciate the conversation. I think a lot of people were here for this tired chat, but you know, we had some other topics too, and it was fun. Again, social medias are as follows: at MattyRants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at the MattyRants. There's a link for that in the About section. I do reactions on Patreon for as low as $1 a month. So check me out on Patreon. I am going to be doing Traitors, Canada's Drag Race, and RuPaul's Drag Race Season 17 currently for this season. So check it out. I'm also bookable on Cameo. Oh, speaking of which, I did have someone play with my Cameo. Unfortunately, I don't know why you would have wasted money to do that and then back out. I guess you wanted me to see the Cameo you sent. I wouldn't have said the things that you asked me to, but now people are playing in my Cameo. So if you did want to book a serious Cameo, please and thank you. I would be more than happy to do one for you, if you will. And you can book me on there, but I'm not going to do something that would disrespect me as a person. So I would appreciate it if you did ask me to do those things. Thank you. I'm also merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. Yeah, I was disappointed in how that was yesterday. Some specific word in general was like, whoa. And I feel like this person's played in my Cameo before, but that's another story. Blah, blah, blah. Still an affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. Get that free week on me. The panel memberships will be starting next week. We'll be getting into that. I already talked about what that will entail. I just got to get some things together and get that wrapped up. But if you noticed an option to join memberships, that will be the start. And I believe I'm going to do $3.99 a month for those memberships. For the specific Rant Pack panel communities, and also conversations that are directly just for us. If you didn't want to drop a tippy poo in my jar before I walk out this door, PayPal is available, Cash App and Venmo, paypal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $MattyRants, and Venmo MattyRants. Again, thank you for all the super chats today. I really do appreciate that. And I know my channel, num, appreciates it. It's stupid. Appreciates it too. Again, I'll catch you tomorrow for Canada's Drag Race. It's a talk show episode. Ooh, scandalous. We'll see what happens. And for season 17, it is part 2 of the talent show, as well as that runway. Apparently, it's going to be about the booty. They said someone with cake. I said, they go show your best. Hey, I said, oh, I would have loved that challenge. Shit. So, again, be on the lookout for those conversations this weekend with Canada's Drag Race, with season 17, and of course, the panel on Sunday. Thank you for tuning into the panel this past week. We had a blast talking about these shows. And it was everybody on the panel. Remember, I ran them away. Oh, we love to prove people wrong. Anywho, thanks for tuning in. Once again, like button, drop a tip, whatever you want to do. I'm going to see you for the next one. But have yourselves a great night. Take care. I'm going to make me some chili dough. Chili dough. All right. Bye, everybody. Come on. Cat dog. Cat dog. Hello in the world, little cat dog.
Listen. Yeah.